Hello, good day, Pan Pacifics. In a world of data and algorithms, math is the key to understanding it all. And math is everywhere, even when you don't see it.
Good day. Our topic is intake and output. We need to track how much liquid has into the patient's body and how much comes out. This tells us the kidneys are working well. Now, let's add up what the patient drank today. The water, the soup, and the IV liquid. Now, the total intake is 0.7 ml. So, we'll check what came out of the urine. Now, by using addition and subtractions, we can see the difference. If the numbers are almost equal, the patient is healthy. Now, if the lower or too high, it is not normal. So,
Good day everyone. Today we will discuss the critical thinking and decision making in nursing, a vital components in providing safe, effective, and patient-centered care. Nurses constantly make decisions, and this decision must be based on critical thinking, clinical judgment, and evidence-based practice. The first model in nursing process model, which is a systematic step-by-step method used in patient care. This is where the nurse collect patient data as a vital signs, medical history, and symptoms. And second, the nurse analyze the data to identify the patient health problems. The third is the nurse set goals and desired outcomes for patient's care.
Good morning. Today we will talk about medicine and dosage. As a nurse, we always follow the doctor's order. But first, we need to calculate the right amount to give. Let's use this sample formula. Desired dose, available dose, and number to give. Doctors say give 500 mg of paracetamol. But the bottle say 1 tablet equal to 50 milligram.
So we write the 500 divide to 50 milligram. So equal is 2 tablets.
So we calculate 500 divided by 250 equals 2 tablets. That means we give 2 tablets to the patient. Another example, liquid medicine naman. Doctor orders 75 milligrams of syrup. Available is 100 milligrams in 5 ml. So we calculate 75 times 5 equal 375. So we can divide this 375 divided by 100 equal 3.75 ml. That's the result. ml. So we calculate 75 times 5 is 375. Divided by 100 equals 375. So we draw 3.75 using a Shirin. Why is this important? Because we give too much, it can be harmful. If we give too little, it won't work. Math help us give to exact right dose to keep patients safe. Math save life.
Blood pressure is vital in nursing. Let's break it down. Example, 120/80 mmHg means 120 systolic heart contraction over 80 diastolic heart relaxation. Normal range, 120/80. Hypertension risk, 130/80. Practice is 140/90 normal. Answer is no, it's hypertension.
Hello, do you want to be strong and healthy? Let's learn something fun. This is weighing scale. We use it to our weight. Checking our weight is called weight monitoring. Okay kids, we don't check just once, we check again and again. To stay healthy, eat good food like fruits and vegetables. And don't forget to play and move your body every day. Weight monitoring helps us grow strong and healthy. Let's stay healthy together. Bye!
I will now show you the calculation and the formula of IV fluid rate. First step is to convert the hours to minutes. That is 8 hours times 60 minutes is equals to 480 minutes. Second step is to plug in or put all the numbers onto the formula. We have 1000 ml times 15 GTTS per ml over 480 minutes. Now we have 31.25 GTTS per minute, or when we round it off it is equals to 31 GTTS per minute.
Height tells us how tall a person is. We use a measuring tape or ruler to measure height. Stand straight with your back against the wall. Place a flat object like a book on top of your head. Make a small mark where the book touched the wall. Measure from the floor up to the mark. This is your height. You can measure again after some times to see changes. Measuring height helps track grow. Stay healthy and keep growing.
Let's have an example of a basic drug dosage calculation. So the formula that we'll be using for this is this very basic dosage formula. So the very basic one is D over H times V equals dose, which means desired dose over dose on hand times the volume. Okay, so just remember this, V over H times V equals V dose. Okay, so you have an order to administer 40 milligrams of methadone SC or subcutaneous for opioid detoxification. You have on hand 30 milligram per ml. How much should you draw into the syringe? So first, what I personally do is nilalagay ko muna yung mga kailangan hanapin. So D, H, V. So, in here, what is the desired dose? So, the desired dose is 40 milligrams because it says that you have an order. So, ito yung dosage na gusto nating maibigay sa patient. So, 40 milligrams. So, write it down, 40 milligram. And then, what is the dose on hand? So, sabi dito, you have on hand, so this is one of the parang indicators or clue mo na ito yung H. So, you have on hand 30 milligrams. And then, paano natin malalaman kung alin dito yung V or yung volume? So, ito yun. Ito yun. So, anong ilalagay natin since wala nakalagay kung ilan? So, kapag ganyan, mostly, 1 yung nilalagay. So 1 ml. So now that we have these, all we have to do is substitute. So ano yung D natin? 40 mg over H, which is 30 mg times V, which is 1 ml. And then all you have to do is put that into your calculator. Okay. So 40 divided by 30 times 1 equals 1.3333. All you have to do is put it here, pero kailangan naka-round off na. So, 1.333. So, 1.3 lang ilalagay natin. And this is your answer. And that ends the first part of this video. Hope this helped.
So, the physician writes a now order for codeine 45 mg IM or intramuscular for a patient with a vertebral compression fracture. You have on hand codeine 60 mg per 2 ml. How many milliliters should you give? So hanapin muna natin yung mga kailangan hanapin. So, ano yung D natin dito? Yung D natin dito is ito, 45 milligrams. Kasi galing sa physician, and ito yung hinihinging dose. So, 45 milligram. And then, ano yung H natin or dose on hand? So, have on hand codeine. So, ito ulit yung ating clue, 60 milligram. And ano yung volume natin? So, yung volume natin dito is itong 2 ml. So, unlike a while ago, it has a value already. So, 2 ml yung volume. So, now what we have to do is to substitute again. So, mg. Oh, by the way, in here, I forgot to cancel this mg. So, ang matitira na lang is ml. Ayan. So, ayan yung gagawin natin dito. Cancel equals, ayan, 45 divided by 60 equals 75 times 2 equals 1.5. So, the answer is 1.5 ml. So, that's the answer for the second one. A patient is placed on methadone maintenance therapy of 15 mg per day PO or per ORM or by mouth. It is supplied as 10 milligram in 5 ml oral solution. How many milliliters should you instruct the patient to take? Okay, so dito, maintenance therapy of 15 milligrams per day. So, ito lang yung kukunin natin. Ito lang, 15 milligrams lang. Ito, medyo pang palito, pero it really doesn't matter on your actual computation kasi ito lang yung kailangan natin kunin. So, yung din natin is 15 milligram. It is supplied as 10 milligram. So, ito, walang nakalagay na you have on hand. So, wala tayong clue na ganun. Pero, ito, it is supplied as 10 milligram. So, ito yung parang mag-indicate na this is what you have on hand. Kasi ito yung nasa bottle nung medication. So, 10 milligram. And then, ano yung volume or ano yung V natin? So, yung V natin in this problem is this 5 ml oral solution. So, 5 ml. And again, we're just going to substitute. So, 15 mg all over 10 mg times 5 ml. Cancel, equals, ayan, 15 divided by 10 equals times 5. Ayan, we got 7.5. 7.5 ml. Okay. So this is the answer for the third one.
In nursing, a single degree can be the difference between a routine checkup and an emergency. Let's talk temperature math. Most hospital monitors use Celsius, but many patients and some medications order use Fahrenheit. To convert, we use this formula. Take that 38.5 Celsius and multiply it by 1.8. And that's give us 69.3. Now, the 69.3 add 32. So our patient is at 101.3 degrees Fahrenheit. They officially have a fever. As a future nurse, I use this math to verify if I need to notify a doctor or administer a fever reducer like paracetamol. In the modern world of nursing, math isn't just a grade, it's a life-saving skill. Accuracy saves lives.
Good day, everyone. Today we will discuss probability and risk assessment, two important ideas in modern mathematics that help us make better decisions in everyday life. So, probability tells us how likely an event is to happen, while values ranging from 0 to 1, a value of 0 means it will not happen. So, while 1 means will defined happen. So, for example, while flipping a coin, there is a 1/2 chance of getting head. So, risk assessment is a process of identifying possible and risk analyzing. So, how likely they are and how serious their effect could be. So, probability and risk assessment work together. So, probability measures the chance, while risk assessment help us decide what actions to take based on that chance. So, these concepts are widely used in real life, such as health, business, weather, forecastings, and insurance. So, in conclusions, probability and risk assessment help us understand uncertainty and make smarter choices.
So why vital signs and graphing matter? Nurse, good morning. I am here to check your vital sign. Great question. Vital signs show how well your heart and lungs are working. They are the first sign if something is wrong or if you are getting better. After checking, I will record and graph the result. Graphing helps us to see trend or pattern easily. We can quickly tell if your condition is stable, improving, or worsening. It guides the doctor to make the right decision for your treatment. Yes, exactly.
How to compute your own BMR or basal metabolic rate using the Mifflin-St. Jeor equation. It is for male and female. So BMR stands for basal metabolic rate, RMR stands for resting metabolic rate, and TDEE stands for total daily energy expenditures. How to calculate your own BMR for male? Sample individual, 80 kilogram, 167 centimeter, 32 years old, and 3 to 4 times a week. Nag-workout. So we will use the Mifflin-St. Jeor equation, which is the 10 times weight in kilogram plus 6.25 times height in centimeter minus 5 times age plus 5 equals RMR times activity multiplier equals TDEE. So, after nating makuha yung resting metabolic rate at yung activity multiplier niya, which is yung 1.55, imo-multiply naman natin ang ating RMR na 1688 times 1.55. And after nating ma-multiply, ang total daily energy expenditures natin ay 2,616 kcal. So now, isa-solve na natin yung problem. So 10 times 80, which is yung kilogram, plus 6.25 times 167, which is yung height niya in centimeter, minus 5 times 32, which is yung age, plus 5. So, ang gagawin natin, i-multiply natin ng 10 and 80. So, magiging 800 siya. Plus, i-multiply ng 6.25 times 167. Magiging 1,043 siya. Minus, 5 times 32 is 160. Plus 5.
So, after nyan, ipapag-plus natin yung 800 plus 1,043. So, magiging 1,843 na siya. Minus 160 plus 5. And after nun, ipagma-minus natin ng 1,843 minus 160. So, ang magiging kalalabasan niya is 1,683 plus 5. So, the total RMR is 1,688 times yung activity multiplier natin. Multiplier na 1.55.
So I'm going to solve this weight-based dosage calculation. So our problem wants us to figure out milligrams per dose. This is how much our patient weighs, and this is how what ordered. So let's figure out how much they needed. First, we're going to convert weight into kilograms. So 176 divided by 2.20 equals 80 kilograms. That's how much our patients weigh. We multiply that by the patient's weight, 20 milligram, never kilogram, times 80 kilogram. The kilograms cancel out, so now we just solve. So 20 divided by 1, that's 20, times 80 equals 1,600 milligram per dose. So that's how much our patient needs based on their weight and the doctor's order.
Use our formula. Total intake minus total output. From our example, intake equals yung nakuha natin kanina, 1,600 ml minus the output, 900 ml. So, i-minus natin. 1,600 minus 900 is equal to positive 700 ml. Iyon ang total na nakuha natin sa intake and output balance. So guys, always write the numbers clearly on the intake and output chart. Positive balance might mean swelling, edema, or kidney issue. The negative balance might mean dehydration or bleeding. Accuracy is key because doctors use this data to adjust medication and IV fluids. To summarize this, first, add everything that goes in. Number 2, add everything that comes out. Number 3, subtract output from intake. And the last one, check if it is positive or negative. So, that is how you compute fluid balance. Thank you.